Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Hublot Big Bang Chrono Perpetual calendar. You can see this titanium 10th anniversary edition on our website, watchyouwant.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch with additional high-res images, accessories included, and naturally, complete pricing details. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that this is the classic Big Bang Unico profile and size. What sets this one apart isn't so much the span or the lug-to-lug breadth, it's the thickness. With the Perpetual calendar module added to the Unico base, you wind up with a 17mm thick watch. Now from lug to lug, it is imposing. 57mm from extremity to extremity. The watch is nominally 45mm across the round of the case, but you'll be hard-pressed to find a diagonal that measures only 45. It's simply not a round watch, but it is a light watch, executed in a combination of ceramic, rubber, and titanium. The watch is remarkably wieldy for something of this size and shape. Now, the titanium joins with a beautiful rubber strap. Long-time Hublot standby, the rubber strap is something of a signature of the brand. First launched in 1980 on its very first model, the Hublot. The company was then known as MDM Genève. The rubber strap continues today, and Hublot is one of the best in the business at executing it from a stylistic and ergonomic standpoint. You can see in profile or from overhead, it has a seamless taper into the form of the case, but it's also wonderfully supple, flexible, soft against the skin, such that if you have a smaller wrist, you can easily wear this. While my wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, this watch can be worn with security on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters, perhaps 14.5. Now, I'd also say that a fantastic strap deserves a fantastic clasp, and that's what Hublot delivers. There's a built-in pin buckle underneath the clasp body that allows you to simply size the watch before buckling it. There's no need to cut the strap, as is often the case on high-end sports watches with rubber straps, so you can avoid that harrowing bit of guesswork, as well as retaining some of the resale value of the watch with the original strap. Now, the titanium single-fold deployant is very robust. It also features a clever minderless system, so instead of strap minder loops, you wind up with a tuck system, so that the excess of the strap is hidden under the swing arm of the deployant. And of course, when you close it, you can see the ceramic insert, but also the twin triggers that ensure positive release. You have to actively release the strap. It simply can't pop open as can a friction fit strap. That's a peace of mind that you'll be happy to have, because with an original retail price of $61,000, we're well into the realm of high horology. Now, the case is classic Big Bang, albeit with some of the bigger, brasher elements introduced into the Unico Big Bang. You can see it still looks like a machine trying to bust from the inside out, layered, industrial, almost looking like the half-finished endoskeleton of some sort of skyscraper or automobile. You can also see that Hublot has cleverly integrated its buckle-style quick-release lugs. Now, if you know how to use a car seat belt, you're going to feel right at home. You can quickly and easily change to a rubber strap, a textile strap, a leather strap, or even an Hublot bracelet. It's a snick and a snap to use. Now, classical imagery here, you can see the ceramic bezel polished on its flanks, straight grained on top, matched with beautifully finished H-pattern titanium bezel bolts. You'll note that their circumferences are polished and their centers are satin. Subtle treatments to enhance the allure, the appeal, and the luxury of this commemorative model. Now, the original Big Bang debuted in 2005. This model debuted in 2015, and it's something of a tribute to how far the Big Bang has come. From something that was all attitude, something that can rightly be called a combination of brains and brawn. And you can see the brains at center now. Two sapphires, one is the cap sapphire, the one beneath actually serves as a mounting point for the hour indices, all applied, as well as the sub-registers and the moon phase. You can see the caliber 1270 Unico beneath, and there's one of the most subtle and poetic moon phases that I've seen in any watch, not just in Hublot, because you have two moons on a disc that rotates beneath a bosom-style moon phase screen, but that screen is beautifully smoked, so you can see the ghosted outline of that second moon at all times. You get a day, date, month, and leap year indicator, so it is a very complete perpetual calendar. And naturally, with the Unico's chronograph functionality, you get a traditional column wheel chronograph with crisp, audible, and tactile response when in action. Now, the watch does feature 30-meter water resistance, so this isn't one to take diving, but one of the reasons for that is because it does feature case flank pusher correctors, albeit executed in a clever Hublot fashion. And at first glance, it's hard to see where the correctors are even mounted. until you look again and see that they've been integrated into the flanks of the bezel gasket, so subtle that you could miss them entirely. This is a surprisingly subtle design refinement by Hublot, one of several on a watch that consistently surprises in that respect, between the contrasting finish of the bezel bolts, that poetic moon phase, and the thoughtful integration of the correctors. A lot of subtle thinking went into this watch, which at first glance seems almost like a high horology Neanderthal, and proudly so. On the case back, you get a better view of the Unico 1270. Now, executed entirely in-house by Hublot, it features a 3-day power reserve. It also features completely unlubricated silicone pallet and escape wheel for long-wearing durability, and in terms of material innovation, it continues with unlubricated ceramic rotor bearings and a very efficient unidirectional winding system. Having a 3-day power reserve on a complex calendar, especially a Perpetual with a moon phase, is thoughtful and practical. You can see this phenomenal Hublot Big Bang Chrono Perpetual calendar in titanium on our website, watchyouwant.com.